This is a home inspection overview of Unit 115. We're going to start on the outside and then we'll finish up inside. So we're going to start with testing the outlets. We test them with these. Nothing magical in this. This is hot. The first one's hot, neutral, and ground. And then we use this one for continuity. This one is a GFCI, which stands for ground fault circuit interrupted. And like I said, we just connect, put it in here. And then we read the voltage and it tells us if it's connected properly. In this case, it says it's correct, the voltage, and electrically speaking, it's in good shape. We're gonna go down this way to get to the rest of the perimeter of the house. And I'll be showing you things that need to be repaired, also things that are okay, just for information. This is where the hot water heater is. Unfortunately, they went and they glued this door at the bottom, so we had.
Wasn't us. We were trying to get it open and it wouldn't come open.
No, it was glued. Oh. So we had to take off the hinges in order to open it up. So then after that, I removed the glue from underneath, and now we're able to open it. So it is strapped. This is proper. It's supposed to do that. It is 2022. It is 30 gallons, and it has a drip pan, which is good to have. And anything happens, it's going to drain into the crawl space. The only recommendation is to have a shut-off valve right here and the water supply. In the event something crazy happens, you're able to shut it off there. But I'll show you where to shut it off just in case obviously something happens, you need a second way to shut it off. The carport, this over here is also a gutter system. This is the gutters. These are the downspouts. So from time to time, you want to clean these because with the dust and the wind, they build up. And I've seen cases where there are cactus growing in those locations. This is GFCI also. This is controlled by the other one. So you want to, if it doesn't work, then you have to reset the other one here. Storage shed, we don't do anything with it other than making sure there's no termites or there's nothing really weird in here. So no termites, and you do get 1 year warranty that if you find termites, we'll treat them for free. If you are familiar with Arizona, they say half of the houses have termites and the other half will have termites. They're like ants, and they go from one house to the other. And basically the treatment is should be at least once a year around the perimeter of the house. They love manufactured homes because of the fact that they're in contact with the ground. The wood is pressure treated wood, but the chemical goes away and then they like to eat the wood, obviously. Okay, this is your unit. It's a good brand. York is basically not the greatest, not the worst, somewhere in the middle. So you have Train to be the best. York is the second best. In here we could see there's 3 ton. 1 ton covers between 500 and 600 square feet. So 1,500 to 1,800. So which is good, more than what you need. Not too much, but more than what you need here. It has the new refrigerant, it's 410A. And it's a compact unit, it's a heat pump. It does both, heat and AC. Condensation line here, which is okay. From time to time, you might remove this and clean it. And you also might go ahead and clean the outside of it with a hose right here. Okay. This is the shut-off valve. This is where you will shut it off in the event that you need to, in case of an emergency. Here's also the information on the installation of the manufactured home. Different details that you might need in the future, or for your paperwork, you can put it in pause and read it. So we continue here. This is where the main shut-off valve, main electrical is. Pedestal. You have 200 amp coming in, and then you have 220 and 110 coming through here. So again, this is in good shape here. 200 amp is pretty much up to date. These are the clean outs for the sewer system. In case you have a problem with your sewer, you put a snake. I left this cover open so you see which one is yours. It is written on the report. We know that this is yours because we opened the water and we let it run for a while, and the dial was moving, so which means that this is your meter. So basically now it's not moving, indicating that you do not have any underground leaks. So that's good in there. As I go through here, I lost my marker. Okay, continuing here, we check all your windows, open them, close them, inside and outside. And we also did the roof. The roof is in good shape. There's plenty of pictures and descriptions. Okay, this is a timer here for the irrigation system. It looks like a low-tech irrigation system. I put it on manual. And looking at the drippers, it has drippers, but nothing is dripping. So they might need some adjustment. You only have vegetation in the front. So here we are. And then I also put down that this plant over here is dead. So we might have to dig in there to see if we see anything dripping. But this one here, you can see the dripper on this one. Nothing is happening. You could tell I even took off the cap and nothing is happening here. So let me put that back. And then on this one, I see the dripper, but nothing is dripping either. So we might need to adjust that. Okay, so continuing here, this is pretty much where I started. We're going up inside here, and we'll follow the same exercise. We'll check all the outlets all the way around. We will note things that might be minor and not quite structural. For example, there's a crack in here, but that is basically a seam crack from the corner bead on the drywall. There's a little bit of drywall damage here. That is from the tape underneath the windowsill. This window here, they open and close with no problem. They're dual pane, but we cannot lock it in here because it's not coming all the way down. And the one on the top is not adjustable. So we need to adjust basically, and we try to close it as close as we could. We could at the bottom and still did not adjust. Going right here in the kitchen, we check all the appliances. We put the dishwasher in mode. The soap is open. It went through the whole cycle. This has the anti-tipping bracket. That is okay. And then in the refrigerator, you have a nice ice maker bin right here. It will make ice and it will drop the ice right into this bin. But it is not connected. As you can see here, it is not connected. The water line is not connected, but there's water supply here. So we did check to make sure that we have water. Okay, so we'll continue here. Here in the living room, in the kitchen, and continuing on your AC, we put the AC, it was on 82, we put it to 72, and it's giving us really good temperatures for compared to what's outside. Supply wise, it's what comes from the registers, from these registers. These are just transferred. So we will have a difference between the supply minus the return, and it's giving us about 17 to 20 degrees. So that is good in there. The bathroom here, no issues to present. The toilets are secure. We looked underneath here to make sure that the shut-off valves are good and there's nothing leaking. And we also check all the doors to make sure that they lock as we go in and out. And the only thing that we suggest is that these door hardware be privacy locks. In other words, that you could lock it from inside. These are closet straight hardware. So here's where the electrical panel is for the sub-electrical panel. It is labeled up here. We take the cover off to make sure there's no burnt wires or open wires or anything unusual. The only thing here is that we recommend to have a cap on the slots over here for safety. So there's basically a plastic cap that goes in there. Sometimes people use a breaker that they're not using. Okay, this is coming into the master here, and pretty much this is good here. We check this outlet to be GFCI. and this one controls the other one in the hallway. So conclusion, starting from the roof, your roof is in good shape. The walls are in good shape. You got a little minor cosmetic stuff. The crawl space, I took pictures underneath there, and is tethered or anchored, so which is good to have. The plumbing wise, nothing is leaking. Temperature wise, and he gave us less than 125, which is supposed to be between 115 and 120 on the hot water heater. And the only thing we have is a window to repair, and we need a shut-off valve in the electric meter. There's other stuff that would be included in the report, like again, we have some cracks over here, seam cracks that we need to seal. So basically that's it, and the other cracks that I show you, and the window that needs to be adjusted. Well, if you have any questions, please give me a call. Thank you.